Hello! Welcome to Sketchcast episode 33. This video is more of an audio journal than anything. I just want to share some thoughts about why it's okay to take breaks and why it feels so hard to do that sometimes. The recording in the background is me drawing and painting a redesign of Onyx von Trollenberg from the early 2000s cartoon Trollz. This is a personal project I'm doing in my free time to redraw one of my old favorite shows as if it were being rebooted. I hope you like it. Okay, so on to the topic for today. It's okay not to draw every day, an artist's rambling and thoughts. Yeah, I used to be one of those artists that felt the need to draw every single day. I used to think that if I wasn't constantly drawing, I wasn't improving. And as a result, I thought it meant I would never reach my dream of becoming a full-time artist. When I was a full-time student in art school, this was kind of useful because I needed to be drawing constantly to keep up with my assignments. And while I was in a period of learning and fortunate enough to have the time and resources to focus almost entirely on my education, the drive to draw every single day was useful because it helped me complete my assignments to the best of my ability and to improve rapidly. But drawing every single day when you have other responsibilities in your life isn't sustainable forever, at least not for everyone. And for me, when I was done with school and moved on to find a job and build a home and community and friendships, suddenly that huge expectation I put on myself to never take a break from creating led me to burnout. Obviously. It didn't feel like there was enough time in the day to work for 8 hours, maintain friendships, leave my house, and draw on my own, artwork every single day. I'm not saying a healthy routine and balance isn't possible, but the expectation that I never falter, ever, and then all the guilt I felt when I inevitably did need to take a break was so unhealthy. So today I want to talk about how completely okay it is for artists not to draw every single day without fail. You'd think that was obvious, but for someone like me, it wasn't. I think it's more important to take care of yourself and your mental health than it is to improve quickly as an artist. Because if you don't feel well, if the way you view art output is making you miserable and stressed more often than not, you're not going to want to draw consistently anyways. Think about why you started creating in the first place and how it made you feel. It probably made you feel good, right? When I was younger, I would draw because I was bored or happy. I would draw when I was upset because I knew it would make me feel better. Feeling pencil on paper physically felt good to me. Listening to music and spending a sunny morning drawing at my desk was my happy place. If this is your hobby, then I think it's important to seek that feeling, that happy feeling, anytime you sit down to draw. And when the pressure becomes too much, it's time to put it down for a little bit and come back when it's not so stressful. It's okay. It's still going to be there. It's possible to come back to a hobby after you've taken a night or two to feel refreshed, I promise you. And if it is a hobby, if you're someone who's not doing it for work, as in getting paid anyways, what's the rush? I saw a downturn in the way I viewed my art when I started sharing it on social media. And I'm not bashing social media, I love it. But I think there comes a lot of pressure when you start to realize that more and more people are watching what you do. It makes you want to stay relevant. Social media can feel like a machine you constantly need to feed and maintain, and that can be damaging to our creativity. Suddenly we're rushing the art process because we're worried it's been too long between posts. We stick to one art style because we heard that consistency is key when it comes to building an audience. Suddenly we're afraid to explore. An algorithm tells us what's popular, and when views rise and fall, it affects us so deeply. I say us, but in reality, I'm just speaking from personal experience because I'm sensitive. And for anyone who's like me, it's a journey to parse through the expectations we put on ourselves. Because let's face it, social media isn't physically making us do anything. We put our own expectations on ourselves to constantly perform for a platform. And it's our job to organize our own lives so that there's a little more balance. It's a process to let go of that and feel okay just posting whatever you want, whenever you want. And don't get me started on what it's like when you're trying to be a full-time artist for the first time. When you have a goal or dream you haven't reached yet and you're steadily working towards it. You know what I mean? And I remember what it felt like. Like I said, I thought I couldn't stop or I would ultimately fail. I thought if I took a day, 2 days, a week to just decompress and not go so hard, I wouldn't break in as a professional artist. And that wasn't true. I can, and eventually did, achieve something while still allowing myself 8 hours of sleep, while still taking my evenings to myself some days and leaving my house without constantly thinking about all the time I could be spending on my portfolio instead. And that took work. It just took self-reflection, and realizing that I didn't have to be go, go, go to achieve my goals. I could take a break. And ultimately, that's how I want to approach my personal art. Outside of work, I want to approach art with minimal expectations. Honestly, the only expectation I want to put on myself is that I'm having a good time and like what I'm doing. I don't want to force myself to draw every day. I want to live my life and enjoy things other than drawing sometimes because there's so much to enjoy. This video feels like my call into the void to anyone listening. It's your permission from a random YouTuber to take a damn break if you feel like you're burning yourself out as an artist. It is okay. It's even more beneficial to your creative process to step away when there's too much pressure and come back when you're feeling better about drawing. Take care of yourself always, because your body is a natural wonder and a finely tuned machine, and it's the only one you got, so you got to take care of it. And if you have a goal like breaking into a creative industry or doing well in school or finding that job, just plan accordingly. I understand that there are times in life when you need to hustle, so prioritize your goal and the time you need to rest. Write it out if you have to. It will only make it so that you can go hard on those goals for longer than you would if you never took a break, right? That's all for me, y'all. Thanks for listening to this audio journal. If you're still listening, hi, thank you. Tell me what your thoughts on this video are. Why do you think some artists feel the need to draw every day? How do you avoid burning yourself out? What are your art goals and how are you working towards them while still taking care of yourself? How do you feel about taking breaks? Let me know. I'd love to see some discussion in the comments. As always, thanks so much for watching and I'll catch you next time. Bye!